It's All Been Done Radio Hour, continuing our November 2016 show. We have the very first Packer&Ratcliff segment, Going Home. Before that, though, I'd encourage you to check out our parent network, IABDpresents.com. It has lots of great content, including Dirty Story Night, which is kind of our after party. It's competitive erotic fan fiction. We do a different theme every month. Right now, we're smack dab in the middle of releasing our Joss Whedon month stories. So all things Joss Whedon, we're fair game on the table. There's some really, really cool stories coming up. You'll definitely want to check that out. Please also check out Circle 270 Media that we are a part of. They are a great collection of local podcasts and other work. Just Google them, check out their website, support all of their programs. You can follow us on social media at IABD Presents, hashtag IABD when you post about us, and check out our own website, it's allbeendoneradiohour.com. And now enjoy Packer&Ratcliff, Going Home.
And now a word from two of our sponsors.
I'm James Packer.
And I'm Nicholas Ratcliff.
And when we founded Pack Rat Comics back in 1432, we never thought we'd end up stuck in 2016 sleeping in the back room of a comic book shop for a while and then hiding out at MadLab Theater.
Quite, but since our time machine ran out of fuel, that's exactly what has happened.
However, dear Ratcliffe, we now have the fuel we need so we can go home.
Have you forgotten, Packer? Our time machine remains at Pack Rat, surrounded by the police.
Oh, still?
Still.
Oh, we really need to do something about that.
Yes, and so we shall, this very day. But first, our theme song.
Two refined gentlemen whose acquaintance you must make.
As you witness our adventures, your breath we will take.
We never tarry in a single locale for very long.
Before you tire of us, we are sure to move along.
Are you finished?
Not quite. Long. Okay, now I'm finished.
Good. When we founded Pack Rat Comics back so very long ago, we did not realize just how many places we would go. From Amsterdam
to Timbuktu, from Portland
to Paris,
from
4954 to 1383. We travel in a time machine borrowed from Mr. Wells.
Well, stolen.
Yes, that's right, but who can really tell?
Well, I can.
We flip through outer space from one dimension to another.
We've skinned the tops of pyramids and wrestled Whistler's mother.
We travel through both time and space.
In space and time, you'll see.
That's basically what I just said.
I beg to differ, P. Through thick and thin, we stick so close like honey to a knife.
We persevere, we see it through. He's kinda like my wife.
I am.
Oh, Packer!
Ratcliffe.
They're bond us like brothers. At least we surely would be if we weren't each other's lovers. All right, here we go. Ready, big finish. We're cream of the crop. We're society's best. We're certainly much better than this radio show suggests. We're top of the mountain, tip of the sea, two fabulous fellas as any can see. We're funky, spunky monkeys, as cheeky as can be. I think we can do better than that. Ready? Okay. Okay. We're Packer and Ratcliff.
No, we can do better.
All right, okay, one more time, okay.
Yes,
We're Packer and Ratcliff. Oh, we should do the thing. All right, we got it. Packer and Ratcliff. Ta-da!
Our second feature tonight is the premiere full-length segment of Packer and Ratcliff in the installment Going Home. We joined the couple, apparently, outside of Pack Rat Comics in Hilliard, Ohio, the former host site of It's All Been Done Radio Hour.
Shh, Ratcliffe.
I didn't say anything.
I know, but there might be police officers about.
Where? I don't see any bobbies.
Well, they might be undercover.
Really? At a comic book store?
A comic book store with a time machine? They're likely surreptitiously spying on us at this very moment, ready to pounce the second we return to retrieve our property.
I don't see anyone, Packer. I'm going into the shop.
Oh, that's a huge chance, Ratcliffe!
I'll risk it. Come on!
Hi, can I help you?
You certainly can.
How?
Oh, do you not recognize us?
I'm sorry, should I?
Yes, the impertinence!
The nerve!
The gall!
The sass!
Young lady, we are the founders of this very fine establishment, Packer Comics.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm only part-time after school. I didn't know.
Oh, we'll see that you learn.
So, can I help you?
You certainly can.
Shawna?
Oh, you must be joking. I demand you tell us the truth. Your name isn't really Shawna, is it?
Yes?
Absurd!
Please direct us to our time machine at once, Shawna.
What time machine?
Oh, by the time machine we left here several months ago.
It is a large, mainly wooden brass box about yay high that has all sorts of dials and knobs and such.
Actually, it's yay high. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what I said.
Oh, that is what you said, but you're just too short to reach your hand to the appropriate height.
I am not!
Oh, you really are. You know you should start wearing your heels again.
Oh, those were great. Becoming
Oh, yes, they were. Indeed. Young lady, have you seen our machine?
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. We were wondering where that came from. It's in the back room.
Ah, Ratcliffe. Did I just hear her say correctly? The back room?
You did indeed, Packer. I heard it too.
Shawna, why on earth would you put such a beautiful vehicle to be stored with your garbage and unwanted back issues?
Packer is correct. We lived in that back room for a while. It's disgusting.
Well, it wasn't when we found it, so that might have been partially our fault.
Says you, every proper back room should have a regular cleaning service.
I'm sorry. The police told us we had to move it out of the parking lot, and we haven't found anyone to haul it away yet.
Haul it away? I can't believe my ears.
Nor can I. It is a miraculous achievement far greater than anything else you might encounter in your non-immortal existence. It is nearly the pinnacle of human ingenuity.
Yes, it should be on display in the center of a showroom with spotlights and banners and lines of people to view it, not hidden behind in the stacks.
I just work here. You can take it if you want it. Like I said, we were trying to throw it away.
Packer, hold me back. I am about to mess her up.
Oh, calm down, Ratcliffe. You've picked up some revolting slang. We will proceed to our time machine and leave this basic period behind us once and for all.
Right. Lead on, you're basic.
In the back room,
Oh, Packer, look, there it is. Our lovely time machine. Oh, I missed you.
Oh, be careful, dear Ratcliffe. It might be booby-trapped.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. First Bobbies, now boobies. You're getting paranoid in your age, Packer.
My, Ratcliffe, you're right. I am. How silly of me. I'll stop it at once.
Wonderful. Then let us proceed.
Hold on a moment.
What?
All right, let's go.
What? Why?
Oh, so by proclaiming that you were correct about my being paranoid, I had hoped to lure anyone who might be lying in wait into a false sense of security so that they would spring from their trap. Now that they haven't, so therefore we are safe.
Unless they were waiting for us to approach the vehicle before pouncing, in which case you've just ruined any advantage we might have by loudly declaring your plan.
I am not loud.
You are very loud, sir.
Who said that? What is that? What's happening?
My God, Ratcliffe. You may call me paranoid, but you yourself are frighteningly forgetful. That is the voice of the time machine.
All right, I forgot it talks.
It is nice to see you again, sirs. Are you ready to return home?
Oh, yes. Very much so.
Packer, are you not forgetting something?
I think not, dear Ratcliffe. After all, you are the one with the questionable memory, as we've established.
Oh, really? Do you remember why we didn't return to our home this day?
Of course I do.
Well,
The police had our time machine surrounded so we could not gain access to it.
Pardon, sirs, but the police left months ago.
Answer me honestly.
All right.
Did they tell you to say that and are even now lying in wait to ensnare us?
No, sir.
Which is exactly what you say if you are helping them to capture us!
You are correct, sir, but there are no police around, and I would not betray you.
All right. I'll trust you for now. But I've got my eyes on you.
Very well.
okay, well, why don't we try to keep your eyes on the conversation? Do you not remember why we had to go into hiding from the law in the first place?
Oh, yes. The used fryer oil. Wherever did we leave that?
I don't know. Was there not someone else holding on to it for us?
You may be right, but I cannot remember whom that could possibly have been.
Nor can I, no matter. We must secure more oil immediately.
No, sirs, actually you do not.
Did you just backtalk me, time machine?
Oh, my name is Tim, sir.
Tim! You sound rather flamboyant for a Tim.
Oh, Packer, don't judge. We've known quite a few flamboyant Tims in our time. That's right.
All too true.
I am a machine and am only as flamboyant as I've been programmed to be. My creator, Mr. Wales, named me Tim, which stands for Technology for Innovative Movement, as well as being close to the word time, which I, travel through.
That's ridiculous!
Woefully asinine, really.
Unnecessarily contrived.
Besides, wouldn't that make you a tough?
Well, the word for is omitted from the abbreviation, sirs.
Whatever for? I made a pun.
Ah, droll Ratcliffe. Prepositions are often left out of acronyms.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Since when?
Well, since I dare say the NAACP was founded.
That's an initialism, not an acronym.
Semantics.
It's an important distinction.
Yeah, all right. Well, what about OPEC?
OPEC? What the devil is OPEC?
To tell you the truth, I have no idea.
Okay.
All right, do you not remember, sirs, we had this same exact exchange a little over a year ago, word for word, when you first acquired me?
You do not need to remind us of our previous exchange. Of course we remember. We just got distracted trying to figure out what the bloody hell OPEC might be.
But as I told you many months ago, sirs, OPEC stands for Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries.
Don't be sassy.
Oh, my apologies, sir.
So, OPEC is about fuel then?
How apropos, Pat.
How so?
The reason we did not leave previously, as I was prompting you to recall, is because the machine...
Oh, please, sir, Tim.
Right, you mouthy contraption. Tim is out of fuel.
Oh, yes! So, where shall we get some more used fryer
And
oil?
whereas, how do we carry it? It's too bad we don't have a strapping young lad or servant to carry it for us.
Right. But we did not bring anyone back from the future with us that fits that bill.
No, we did not a single soul.
Too bad. Perhaps next time.
I'm sorry, pardon me, sirs, but you did bring another passenger back with you.
Silly machine! We would remember something like that, wouldn't we, Packer?
Ah, too right. So the fuel.
Well, my fuel level's at 100%, sirs.
What? Since when?
It just took over 1% of my energy stores to bring us back to this basic time.
This cannot be so. If it were true, we wouldn't have needed any additional fuel to leave.
Well, that is correct.
Then why did we think you'd run out of fuel?
Well, you were speaking of Mr. Wells and his lack of interest in the supernatural despite the overwhelming evidence to the contrary. And I believe you asked me, Tim, do I have any ghouls remaining? And I said no, sir.
That doesn't sound like
It
us.
sounds like you, Packer. You are terrified of spirits.
Well, isn't everybody?
No.
Oh. Well, that still doesn't explain how Tim's fuel is 100% and it should be at 99%.
Jonas topped off my tank shortly before the police took him away. He was most confused as to why I needed so little oil.
Who's Jonas?
I have no idea. Shall we return to our own era?
Yes, let's, Tim, open your doors and take us to 2047.
Yes, sirs.
Wait, Packer, I want to be up in space when we time shift. I've always wanted to see the lights change from the little cities to big cities in an instant.
Tim, do you have space travel capabilities?
Well, of course, sir.
Oh, then, to space!
We have orbit above Earth,
Oh,
sirs.
that was delightfully quick. I love this contraption.
Oh, look, Packer, a dimensional shifter.
Oh, I guess we didn't leave it in 2047 after all. Does it still work?
Well, it bears it does.
Tim, look out for that old airplane. It's headed right for us.
Initiating evasive maneuver.
I have it.
Ratcliffe, you brought it with us.
Oopsie, Tim, get us away from that airplane, would you?
Oh, yes, sir. We are now in the future, sirs, although it appears that the aircraft was caught in our temporal bubble, and it's still with us. The interference is from it caused to overshoot 2047 by several hundred years, sirs.
Is that a starship dock and an orbital platform? Oh, I do not like this dimension. Too busy. Too busy. Space is supposed to have lots of empty space. It's in its name.
There, it's away. Now we can shift cleanly.
Yay.
Ooh, back to our old dimension. Though still too far in the future.
Well, pardon me, sirs, but we left the airplane in the wrong dimension, though.
Your point.
Well, actually, sir, I calculated 96.8 chance of negative effects to both the inhabitants of the airplane and those of the dimension we left it in.
So loud, this one. What on earth was an airplane doing in space anyway? There's no air in space.
Oh, it wasn't on Earth, dear Ratcliffe. It was above it.
Well, I, for one, couldn't care less.
Should we heed Tim's warnings and return the plane to its proper time?
If we must, but before I do anything, I need a nice bath.
Oh, I'd like my slippers. My feet are simply aching.
Oh, and a cup of tea.
And a canine steak.
That sounds delicious. Tim, take us to our own time and home.
Yes, sirs.
Interesting. So does escaping being trapped in the past mean that Packer and Ratcliffe get a full segment now? Would anyone even want to see that?
Oh, I would watch that show.
Oh, me too. Wouldn't you find people like to see that?
Yes.
Yes. Do it.
Well, it looks like you're going to get your wish. Come back next month as Packer and Ratcliffe host a very special holiday-themed program entitled Gather Round the Fire.
It's all been done. Radio Hour number 77. Packer and Ratcliffe number 18. Yes, we're cutting the commercials. Going Home was the second part of our three-part Nathan event. It starred Chase McCants as James Packer, Dallas Ray as Nicholas Ratcliffe, Ariel Wiles as Shawna, and Nicholas Arganbright as Tim the Time Machine. As always, the show is narrated by Chris Allen, Foley artist Seamus Talty. The show is written by Jerome Wetzel, music by Nathan Haley and Jerome Wetzel. Have a terrific week.
Answer me honestly, Pat. Answer me honestly. Did they tell you to say that?
What on earth was an airplane doing in space anyway? There is no air in space.
It wasn't on Earth, dear Ratcliffe. It was above it.
All right, guy.
Maybe